When the city fell, the nobles died, but not him. The vaults were breached, the guards scattered, and still he walked the marbled halls, inking contracts with blood and signing checks that somehow still held value. They say the zombie mogul never stopped trading, he just changed the currency. Now if you've got ambition, or desperation, he's always open for business. Just don't ask what he's investing in, or whom. Welcome to another episode of Make a Monster, where I, Kelfecil, make amazing monsters for RPGs. Well, just interesting and awesome. In today's episode, we close out our undead merchant trio with the most powerful and most dangerous of them all, the zombie mogul. This monster is all about manipulation, money, and mind games. If the peddler offers cursed bargains and the dealer throws tricks from the shadows, then the mogul runs the board. Let's talk design. The mogul was built around one central idea. Can you buy control of the battlefield? I wanted to create an undead who doesn't dominate with brute strength, but with wealth, and not just thematically. Their abilities are all about influence. Take Buy Off for example. It's not a charm, which makes it even scarier. This bonus action allows the mogul to offer a deal, an extravagant bribe to an enemy creature. If they fail a wisdom save, they don't become friendly. They just do what the mogul wants on their next turn. That could be fling, dropping a weapon, standing still, anything the game master deems fair based on the offer. It's a mind game mechanic that lets you reward clever roleplay. What kind of offer would your villain make? A sack of gold? Land deeds? Secrets? Then there's hostile investment and safety investment. Two bonus actions that reward tactical coordination. The mogul can raise the salary of one of their minions, giving them a temporary buff depending on the type of investment. Hostile means advantage on attacks. Safety gives +2 armor class and the ability to guard allies with a damage sharing reaction. The language of economics turns into battlefield control. This creates a villain who doesn't need to be in the spotlight every round. They empower their allies and they manipulate enemies and hang back, sipping spectral champagne and watching the chaos unfold. What inspired this? Well, honestly, part of it came from real-world corporate villainy. You know the trope. The billionaire who doesn't lift a finger but ruins lives with a pen stroke. But I also love the idea of parodying capitalism in a fantasy setting. Why wouldn't a merchant become a legend in undeath? Money outlives people, right? The master of commerce trade ensures the mogul is an expert negotiator. No haggling tricks, no persuasive player characters getting a discount, you're playing in his arena. And of course, the capitalist ability is pure flavor, but it's rich flavor. The mogul always carries 300 gold, a checkbook, and a luxury pen. This turns any encounter with him into a roleplay opportunity. Will your players rob him? Bargain? Pretend to be investors? Throw in undead fortitude and relentless, and you've got an enemy that sticks around, just like a bad investment. These features ensure he doesn't go down too easily, and the mogul will get his last word, even if it's from the floor. So let's talk about where to use him. You can, for example, drop the mogul in a crumbling city where undead now run the economy, as I mentioned in a previous video. An auction house where cursed items are sold under heavy guard. A vampire court where he bankrolls the nobility in exchange for influence. He could be great as a behind-the-scenes villain, finding other threats, a faction leader who helps the players for a price, or even a final boss who pays the other bosses to fight dirty. You can also tie him to the other undead merchants, of course, and maybe he's the one who funds the peddler and the dealer. Maybe they owe him. And maybe they just want him dead. With high charisma and social skills, he's also a fantastic non-playable character for intrigue-heavy campaigns. Have him host a masquerade ball where every toast hides a threat, or introduce him as a benefactor who buys the party's debt, then comes to collect. To sum up, the zombie mogul offers a lot of things. Battlefield control through economic buffs, subtle domination via the buy-off ability, rich narrative hooks for high society and undead politics, and all in all, a perfect capstone for the themed trio of undead merchants. You don't become a mogul by playing fair, you become one by playing smarter than everyone else. The incredible art for this monster was once again made by the talented Duskycat, and if you would like to find the full stat block, it's available on my website along the rest of the undead merchants. Check out the peddler and the dealer episodes if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what other kind of themes you would like me to explore in the future, and maybe what other monsters that you know of mine that you would like me to talk about. Until next time, may Starlight guide your way, my friends. Bye bye!